Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bilal and you're watching Simplified Coding. In the last video, we have done with the user registration and we have created a couple of users in our Firebase application. And if you want to see the number of users registered in your application, you can go to Firebase console, and inside authentication, you can see the users that are registered in your application, and you can also add a new user from here, and you can also let user register to your application. And we have done this thing in the last video. Okay, so in this video we will see the login part. So after registration, user will log in, and before moving to login, the first thing I would like to tell you, I got a query in the previous video. The query was, if the user is already registered, then how would you can show the error message that this email is already registered? So this was the code that we written in last video. So if the task is not successful, that means it will come inside the else block, and inside else block you can check the error. So if the task is not successful, the reason may be that the email is already registered, and there may be other reasons as well. So if you want to check particularly that the email is already registered, you can write here if task dot get result dot task dot get exception dot, or you can directly write here if task dot get exception is an instance of Firebase auth, let's say user collision exception. This is the exception. So if the exception occurred as a Firebase auth user collision exception, that means the email is already registered. So we can write here toast make text get application context, then you are already registered, or you can put any message, then the length of the toast, and just display the toast. That's it. And we can write an else as well, and inside else we can display another toast. So we can display the exception that has occurred actually. So for this we can write task dot get exception dot get message. That's it. So you can do this way to know that the user is already registered. Let me show you. So this email is already registered. So let's try with this email. We will go to sign up. Let's put the email and let's put the password 1 2 3 4 5 6. Click on sign up, and you see you are already registered. So this is how you can check the email is already registered or not. Now let's move to the login part, and we will do the login here inside main activity. So come here and we will attach on click listener to the login button as well. So we'll write find view by id r.id.button login, and then set on click listener, and we will pass this. Now we have another case r.id.button login. Now here we can call a method like user login. Now let's create this method. Now here also we need a Firebase auth object first. So we will write Firebase auth mauth, then we will initialize it mauth equals to Firebase auth.get instance. Now from this auth we can call sign in method. So we have sign in with email and password, and it again takes two parameters, and the two parameters we will get from the edit text. So first we will define the edit text. So we have edit text, or we can copy it from sign up activity. The thing is same. So we have edit text, email and password, and the validation part also we can copy. So I will copy till here, and we will add a progress bar to this activity as well. So let's define a progress bar as well, progress bar, and we will copy the progress bar from the sign up activity. Both activities are identical actually. So we have progress bar. Now let's initialize the progress bar as well. So we can write here the sign up activity. So we can write here, or just copy it. So copy everything and paste here. So we have the progress bar and edit text, email and password. So the validation part is done. It is the same thing that we did in the previous video. Now mauth sign in with email and password. This is the actual method that will let us sign into our application. Now it will again take two parameters. The first parameter is the email and the second parameter is the password. Now if the password matches from what we have in Firebase, then it will be a successful task. So again we will add an on complete listener, and here we can write new control space, and it will show you an interface on complete listener, and you can add it. So you don't need to type everything, just press control and space and the IDE will do it for you. Now inside this task, if we have if task is successful, that means user successfully logged in. In the else part, you can print the actual exception that has occurred. So you can write let's say toast make text get application context task dot get exception dot get message, and then the length, and then display it. That's it. Now if the task is successful, we can navigate to a different activity, which is our profile activity or something like that. So let's create a new activity. So we will create a new activity here. Go to activity, select empty activity, and we will write profile activity. Now when the task is successful, we will open the profile activity. So we will create an intent here. So let's write intent equals to new intent, and then again get application context, or you can write main activity dot this as well, whatever you want. Then the second parameter is the activity class, and that is profile activity. So we will write here profile activity dot class. That's it. Now we will add a flag to the intent so that it will clear all the open activities. So we'll write add flags, and we have clear top. So it will clear all the activities on the top of the stack, and it will open a new activity. We are doing this because if we don't do this, when the user will press back button from the profile, it will again come to the login activity. So we don't want that, right? So that is why we are adding flags to intent. Then we will start the intent using start activity method. Just pass the intent, and that's it. So we have the login done. That's it. Now let's run it. One more thing is missing. When the user is registered, we will open the profile activity directly, as when user registers it is already logged in. And we also need to add a click event to this text view, which will take us to the login activity. So come inside sign up, and here we will attach the click listener button login. Oops, text view sign up actually. Then we will write set on click listener and this, and we have both the cases here. Now when the user registered successful here, we will open the profile activity. So we will copy this thing again, just copy it and paste it here. That's it. Now here we will write sign up activity dot this. So we have done with the user registration and login. Now let's test the login. And one more thing I just forget. We have to make this progress bar invisible when the task is completed. So we will write progress bar dot set visibility and gone. It is very important, or else you will keep seeing the progress bar. So let's run again. So we already have an account this time, and the email is probilal3@gmail.com. So we will write it probilal3@gmail.com. Let's click login. It is saying password is required. So validations are working. Now let's put the correct password. Click on login. And yes, we have the profile activity opened here. So right now we have nothing inside the profile activity. So the login is working fine. The registration is working fine. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found this helpful, then please hit on the like button. Subscribe to my channel and please share this video. And in the next video we will create this profile activity and we will learn many things, a bunch of things actually, and we will learn almost everything about handling users, creating sending verification emails and resetting passwords, managing user profile and a bunch of things. So see you guys in the next video.